As the 2023 general elections get closer, campaign machineries are being put in motion. Waters are being tested in some locations, while foot soldiers are chomping at the bit to begin the verbal jousts that go with the walk to the podium. It is a corridor where concepts meet with actuality, resolve gives way to compromise, and new friends replace old ones in the quest to better navigate the lofty destination in sight. The usual front runners remain, while some new horses have entered the race with new possibilities. We will be analyzing the corners ahead in the labyrinth, which is the Nigerian political terrain. Also on Political Update today, political parties in reconciliation mode. But where is the place of shared ideology? We have this and more on our lineup. I am Fisayo Ogunfuyi. Welcome. The 2023 general elections will give eligible Nigerian voters the opportunity to choose their leaders and representatives without godfatherism or any form of external influence. National Security Advisor General Babagana Mungono, retired, gave the assurance at an election security management training ahead of next year's polls.
Security challenge, the more likely that security agencies will be visible in elections. At the end of this also, one, there will be a robust interagency collaboration towards effective security governance during the 2023 general election and in other future joint electoral security operations. With about 7 months to the next general election, there is time for proactive measures to ensure that the entire country is secure for election to hold nationwide. The military is set to give support throughout the entire process and beyond, ensuring that as we support in providing secure environment as part of our operational engagement in internal security, that the conduct of the 2023 general elections will also be set to support the police and other security agencies in that regard.
To ensure the electoral process is peaceful, transparent, and credible. Security actors play a vital role in safeguarding these elections.
The President has charged the military, the police, the DSS, and all other security agencies to synergize effectively, review the operational strategies, and optimally deploy all their operational assets towards addressing current and evolving internal security threats ahead of the forthcoming general elections.
And now to politics proper. The governing All Progressives Congress this week confirmed the appointment of Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State as Director General of the party's Presidential Campaign Council. APC National Chairman Senator Adamu Abdullahi disclosed this while briefing journalists after a closed-door engagement with President Muhammadu Buhari.
The APC National Chairman arrives the State House alongside the party's presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his running mate Senator Kashim Shettima, and other critical stakeholders. They are here to brief President Muhammadu Buhari on preparations for the forthcoming nationwide presidential campaigns and get his support for those to be appointed as members of the campaign council. After the engagement held behind closed doors, Senator Abdullahi Adamu confirmed that President Buhari is on the same page with them in respect of the people nominated to sell the APC as well as its presidential candidate and his running mate to Nigerians.
The person who is going to be the DG, the Director General of the APC Presidential Campaign Organization, is Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State. We have an interim spokesperson of the campaign organization in the person of Honorable Festus
chairman, deputy spokesperson will be Barrister Hannatu Musawa.
We are happy with it. That is why you see the leadership cadre, and we are able to confirm to you that we've had the buy-in of Mr. President, the leader of the party.
This party is well structured. I am sure will not disappoint you. Poverty knows no religion or ethnicity. Insecurity knows no religion or ethnicity. I'm appealing to you to tread the path of moderation and inclusivity and fairness.
Let's take the words of the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Kashim Shettima, who has urged Nigerians to look beyond the religious leanings, their religious leanings, but focus on what the Tinubu presidency will bring to the table.
This nation have to move beyond ethnics, tribals, and religions.
Let us establish our records. He has minted men and women who have become accomplished in all spheres of life. Hitherto many a northerner, the peer of Lagos was the beginning of wisdom. I know of friends that keep going to the law school in Lagos out of peer of Lagos. But now Lagos is the second city in Nigeria, where people from the West African coast now come to Lagos as tourists on holidays.
We already give them a fully awareness for nationwide to obtain their own PPC. This is the first thing. They already obtained. So now, don't sit down on one side. Let's, when the time come out and vote.
All right, to our discussion now. The critical junction in the nation's political destiny looms. 2023 offers the nation a chance to determine its course for another 4 years, which might indicate whether it will sink or swim. Several questions confront the voter. The concept of a bird in hand, the lure of a tantalizing new possibility, and the recurring urge to give a repentant old flame another chance. We have joining us today Akin Badeji, Diaspora Nigeria for Peace and Stability. Thank you for joining us. And Yusuf Ibrahim Abdul, President, Millennium Developed Farmers Association. Thank you for joining us. Let me take you from there. The vice presidential candidate of the APC has come out and it says, put this region aside. Let's look at the credentials. Let me start with you. Are you there? As it's coming home now, talking about the elections getting close to a critical junction, and we will soon be hitting the home stretch as far as this cycle is concerned. What should be the consideration, for instance, for leadership?
The consideration for leadership, like you hear the vice president candidate for APC just said, it's about competency, about capacity. Because let's look at Nigeria. So, like what you said, Nigeria is bigger than religion. So what we should be looking at is about a leader who can deliver Nigeria from where we are now to a new Eldorado.
Not to not to belabor the point, a lot of people say religion is the opium of the masses, and where we are talking of elections, we are talking of the masses. The calculation must be very strong. And do you think there's a way to perhaps also pacify whoever is thinking that is not being carried along?
Yes. I think what we need to do is to let us come together and reflect, and everybody, all hands on deck. Let's all Nigerians look at it and see that, okay, to be fair, is how we can move this country forward. Then, how do we do that? We score our leaders. We look at their antecedents. We want a new Nigeria. We want a Nigeria that everybody will have their own fair share. So that is why we must look beyond religion. We need to look at, For example,
a lot of people will say, I will come to Mr. Yusuf very soon, but a lot of people will say that it's even politicians themselves who have made this issue an issue in the first place as part of their campaigns. Have an issue from the campaign perspective. You say it's my brother, or it's from the same religion, or this and that, just to garner campaigns. Now the people also feel that, okay, if that is the way to go, now that has may have also affected, the thought processes of some.
Yeah, if you look at it, the way from the outset of this nation, this has been the problem that has always drawn us back, even affecting our development. Because for example, if we look at the way we have been running it, is that if people have been elected in an office and is claiming I'm from Yoruba, or I'm from Igbo, I'm from this, and he has acted formally in an office, and it needs to be punished. And because of the ethnicity, bigot, or whoever politics they play, they say, because I was from this region or from this region, that is why I'm being punished. And if you look at the way we all have been managing our politics, a lot of people have been playing into the minds of the electorate to destabilize and for good governance not to emerge. So what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't matter about either religion, either you are from anywhere. What matters that Nigeria should be looking at is about new Nigeria, a developed Nigeria.
All right, let's come to you. You are a farmer, and you still want to determine the course of the nation, and not from your farm, but this time, from the front lines. Now, do you think the administration right now has done enough for Nigerians to give it a thumbs up, even for the next general election?
Thank you very much. I think for the first time, I have a reason to thank my father. I'm a child of a farmer. All my school was posted from farm, and the only asset my father left for me is farmland. And at a point we were frustrated because we go there to farm. You are the one who farm, you carry your produce to market. The businesswomen will come and price it anyhow and walk away with your goods, and you go back to your farm with nothing. But with the inception of this administration, particularly with the closure of border against food, I had wished it continue, so that we will go back to that land that God has given to us free of charge and till it. And I can tell you, without mixing word, that in the last 3-4 years, I am into only sesame seed, bene seed. A bag last year I sold for 70,000. A bag of sesame seed, 70,000. I was sad that last year the rain stopped abruptly because I farm in was an area of Plateau State. This year, if the price still remains the same, we are hoping to go for over 300 bags of sesame seed. Where do I do that kind of job in Nigeria without being corrupt and earn that type of money at once? So this government have actually developed farms that I believe if the incoming candidate of the APC.
Let me stop you there, just briefly. So if you had brought some sesame seed by us, you give me some to grow after the program, so I can put some in my backyard as well, because of the numbers you are calling. But
yeah, I will. Anybody who wants to do sesame seed, I will not also come and give you. I will supervise it until harvest time, because I have seen the gains. And truly, sir, that is another area that you can grow employment. When you buy anything you consume in Nigeria from another nation, you are simply increasing the employment opportunities of that country. Now I have over 24 persons who farming for me, and I also have over 24 persons, or about 30 persons, who are being trained on the marketing procedures and processing.
So in your case, you are saying that we should still hold, give some trust to the status quo. But let me quickly come to you very shortly. You are from the United Kingdom.
Yes.
A lot of people say your democracy is much more advanced than other. Of course, in view of some of the recent realities, we know that some of you are equally learning. But in all this, what will be your word to politicians as we go towards the polls in terms of political maturity? Because now campaign councils have just been formed, and then we're already seeing the backlash in terms of rhetorics in the press already. People have already started mudslinging and bringing old pictures and new. Some are Photoshop, some are real photos.
Yes. Thank you. What I'm going to say, in the United Kingdom, if we look at United Kingdom, is a developed country whereby the people who fought for that country to be developed today, they've laid a structure. As anybody that comes to United Kingdom today to be a prime minister, you want to do whatever you do, the platform is already there. So you cannot, if you do otherwise, you'll be punished. And that is the structure we are calling for in Nigeria. We want a Nigeria that have a structure, so that anybody that comes later will follow that structure, so that Nigeria will be developed.
All right, we'll come for the closing lines. Let's quickly take a few things from other parties. We've done a bit of APC. Now, the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has set up a committee to reconcile aggrieved members arising from its presidential primary election earlier in the year.
The Board of Trustees arrived at the National Secretariat of the party for their meeting, which reviewed the last presidential primary election and with a view to chart the way forward. Senator Abdul Ningi briefed the media after the deliberations.
We have equally set out in this meeting committee of the BOT to be able to interface between warring factions, particularly between the acrimony that is taking place between the presidential candidate and Governor Wuke and any other conflict that is taking place in the nation within our party formation.
The committee members resolved to first meet with the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and with other aspirants.
Meanwhile, it seems the accusations and counter-accusations which trailed the Osun governorship election will not go away anytime soon. Some aggrieved members of the governing All Progressive Congress in Osun State have called for a total restructuring of the party in the state to reposition the party for victory in the 2023 general elections. The members embarked on a protest march to the State House of Assembly. Let's take that story.
Aggrieved members of the All Progressives Congress APC in their hundreds took to major streets of Osogbo through Gbogan Ogoluwa Road to the State House of Assembly, where they were received by the Speaker, Timothy Oweye, and other lawmakers. The APC factional members, majorly from the Osun Progressives across the 30 local government areas, carrying various placards, were chanting solidarity songs calling for a total restructuring of the party.
One is very simple. We want our party to be restructured. How do I mean? Winner doesn't take on in life, not only in politics, but in a situation whereby you think you have to take control of everything, you will lose. What we are seeking now is very simple. There should be a round table to address this issue. Every war always ends on a round table. And that's what we have been preaching for a long time now. Let us sit down together. Let us forge a way forward for ourselves. Otherwise, the presidential election coming up next year, the National Assembly coming up, the Assembly coming up, the National Assembly coming up, I'm telling you, if it is not settled and even shared, we are not so sure APC will have the day.
Committee should come down and dissolve the leadership of the two sides that are in Osun. We have Aregbe side, we have Famodun side, we have Silencele side, we have Famosun side. They should dissolve the state executive. That is the first thing. They should now restructure the party from the unit level to the ward level, to the state level, to the local government level, and to the state level, to contain the two factions together. In politics, it is about give or take. Nobody does it all.
Speaker Timothy Oweye, however, called on aggrieved members to remain calm and assured them that APC unity is not negotiable.
I'm just receiving their letter of protest now. I haven't gone through it. I cannot speak to their allegation now unless I go through the subject matter in that paper. But one thing I know is that APC is our party and it will remain our party. And whatever we can do to make sure that the APC continue to rule, APC continue to remain uniform and remain as a one indomitable family, we are going to do it.
That's our package. Of course, we've had good guests in the house. We've had, our guests talk about so many things in terms of, nation building as well as elections. Hakim Badiji, Nigeria Diaspora for Peace and Stability, and Yusuf Ibrahim Abdul, President Millennium Development Farmers Association. Talk to our politicians at this time, especially what you want in your sector.
I really need to ask the press, the gentlemen of the press, to assist Nigeria out of the mess we are in. We need to help us to critically look at areas that have been speculated that are not true. For instance, do you know that not everybody in the southern part of Nigeria know that northern Nigeria, particularly northern Nigeria, the far north, are all Hausas. There are tribes that are there. I was discussing with a friend who told me, Kashim is a Fulani man. I said, it's not a Fulani man, it's a Kanuri man. I am Yusuf Ibrahim Abdul. I'm from Mukene in Kogi State. And when perhaps somebody here might know, say, look at another Fulani man in the studio talking. We need to have a way we can talk to ourselves so that we look at ourselves as Nigerian. When my brother was talking about religion and politics, I said, I wish he just say, no, we have a Yoruba man contesting with a Kanuri man. Because when you go to areas that religious play, go to Saudi Arabia, you go to United Arab Emirates, you go to Israel, you go to Rome, you will see how religions have worked there. And if somebody is claiming he's a Muslim, tell him to show you where he has utilized his Muslim life in his political career, wherever he is. If somebody tells you he's a Christian, tell him to show you where he has exhibited his Christian career. The robust language in the Bible is love your neighbor as thyself. If the religious leaders in each state love their neighbor, they will amass this kind of word that the EFCC is portioning them. So when I begin to hear Muslim ticket, I begin to ask, where are the Muslims? Where are they? Where have they ruled Muslimically in their state? When you say somebody is a Christian, where has he shown his religious dexterity in his state? So what we have here is somebody we want to manipulate you with religion. And we love religion so much because we believe we are going to hell no matter what you behave on earth. So, and we allow our religious leaders to play it into our brains, and our children are also carrying it on that way. I have benefited much from no tribe. My first life was done to me by an Igbo person. So today, if you ask me to help Igbo people, I'll ask you, where were you when this Igbo nation had lifted me? So we need a voice for this country where people can say to one another that, look, leave that story. The exploiter of individuals are their people. Go to any state. I am from Kogi State. My governor is an Ibra man. Did he develop all Ibra land? No. No. He didn't uplift all Ibra people. He did not give all Ibra money. So there must be a way we can address this issue properly so that we can understand better.
Final words.
Yes. Thank you.
Final words on the program very quickly.
What I'm going to say to all Nigerians is that let's come together and think again and look at and reflect and think about what is going to happen in the next 20 years about Nigerians. So what we need, and what I'm trying to tell all the electorate, is to think above religion. Let's come together, choose the right leader, the competent one that will take our country to a new Eldorado, a country that will have development, infrastructure, laws, and good country that we all Nigerians are trying to go and see abroad. We fly to UK because that platform is well structured. So let's build our country now. Let's build our nation. So let's pick that leader who can have a structured Nigeria. And We will get there by special grace of God.
All right, that has been the program today. It's been an eclectic program. We even learned about sesame seed and how to grow it, even on political update. Thank you for being a part of the program. My name is Pisa Ogupe. Thanking you for staying tuned, enjoying, of course, our news and reviews, previews and interviews from Africa's finest and largest, the Nigerian Television Authority. Pisa Ogupe remains my name. And as I urge you, this is the political season, so play your politics for the greater good. Bye-bye now.
Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors